All right. Uh, Good afternoon, viewers. This is Top Test Frito Juice. We are here as young people. We are trying to bring to your attention that this very week, starting on 7th May, today is 9th May, today is 10th May, we have had continuous floods in the Kasese district. Kasese district is located in the western parts of Uganda. The reason for the floods are quite known.
Yeah.
Some are about.
Wait. But please, as you're watching the video, you should comment and subscribe.
Well, much of the reasons why these floods are continuously emerging in our area is because of the blocking of the river routes where the water passes. Residents, because of the increasing population and because of the increasing poverty, poses a very high threat to the inhabitants because they fail to get areas to live, they fail to get places to plant their crops, they fail to get places to feed their animals, and therefore their end desire is to look at the gazetted wetlands to use them to set up and establish permanent houses, establish them as grazing places, establish them as gardening places. This therefore has been posing a very great challenge to the vulnerable inhabitants who are of moving away from the gazetted wetlands, gazetted places for our rivers, and therefore they end up being affected. This very week, almost 123,000 families have been grossly affected by the river Nyamamba bursting its banks again. This was just happened in 1st May 2013. 7 years along the way, the river had not yet seen happening. In those 7 years, we saw people building in the river banks. We saw Kasese being a place, a mix up of ethnic groups. There were Concho, there were Chiga, there were Nyankore, people from Muhocha, people from Katoe, mixed up ethnic groups. And these are cattle keepers, and therefore they're using these river banks to graze their animals. It is so evidencing that this week these people have lost their animals. Thousands of animals have been destroyed. More devastating is that crops have been washed away. Individuals' lives have been lost. You saw we're losing a hospital in Clembe Hospital. People's families were left homeless, and is therefore very devastating. As Top Test Frito Juice, we also lost our new machines that we recently procured under loan financing to help us scale up our business, and we are therefore no longer in business because we can't produce our juice without these machines. And there is no way how we can go to the government to request for assistance to lend us more money going to the bank because we don't have any collateral. Our land now is just full of water that we were currently arranging from one of the good big art good Samaritan in the community, which cherishes development from the young mind. And then I would like to bring to your attention that we are really very vulnerable currently. We are really very, very poor as the community because we are being faced with the challenge of the river floods bursting its banks again. Where you live as an individual, as a coordinator of Top Test Frito Juice, is just 2 kilometers away from the river bank.
It's actually one and a half.
Where the river passes. And therefore, I must tell you that my small house was flooded with heavy water from the river Nyamamba. I have a place in one of the deeper rural area from Kasese, about 15 kilometers from town, when Nyamwamba was busting its banks, where I grow crops. All my garden was totally destroyed away. I therefore have nothing to live on. And it's not only me. Actually, it is the whole district, the whole municipality. In Nyamwamba sub-county, we in Kasese we have 35 sub-counties. Among them, almost 15 sub-counties were grossly affected. And this include but not limited, Nyamwamba division. We have Central Municipality, Bulembia division in Kilembe. That was, we saw a hospital called Kilembe Hospital.
Plus, that town which has been abolished.
Is it? Oh yes. She's also advising me that this was another town that has been abolished, if you are well aware. If you go back to the rural settings, you will see Kisinga, sub-county. You will also, if you go back to the rural settings, you will see Kisinga. It has destroyed the bridge. Whatever is being organization, because we never know. We need your ideas. We need your resources. Your resources, you could send them. You could use cash, because I know some of it could be very highly expensive for you to send this material help. You see, Uganda is one of the developing countries. It is residing in the sub-Saharan Africa, and therefore this poses a very great challenge, making us more vulnerable, that we cannot handle these catastrophes without your external support. And therefore, will be of help. As you can see, the district itself is trying to struggle a lot towards helping the vulnerable inhabitants to come to their support, to come to their rescue. But because of the limited finances, because of the limited resources, they're not in position to reach the vulnerable and the most affected communities, especially Nyamwamba division, Karusandara, Bulembia division. Those are most of the areas which are mostly hit by the heavy floods that occurred in Kasese. And therefore, we are therefore appealing to anyone there. I have to pose a question. Do you suggest that there is a way better how we can control and ensure that we can support Ugandans in a way that is more smart, that can end these continuous emerging catastrophes? Therefore, please, whoever is watching this video, please share it, like it, click the bell button, so that everyone there can be able to see it. And therefore, you people, Ugandans, thank you so much for watching. With me, I've been with.
Wait. To me, I think the main question should be, how should we, which solutions should we put so that the floods can end, so that can like maybe control or prevent the floods? Because the rain, we are in the rainy season.
Yes, please.
And you're here in this River Nyamwamba is flooding already. Even it was today morning at like was it 3 a.m.
Yeah, the morning. Yeah.
In the morning, I heard that the water reached in somewhere place here up.
Yeah, this is called the Kilembe. Yeah.
So the main question here is, how should we control or prevent the floods?
The main stakeholders in the Kasese district, we collaborated about how we can address this issue, and in our joint collaboration to address these emerging floods that are occurring in our country and provide social protection to the inhabitants, we are saying that currently the people should try to clean up the banks where the water passes, so that when this water comes, it is able to find a way out to move without spreading towards the community's gardens. That is just one of the immediate solution that we are trying to bring. But of course, with community members cannot do this without your technologies to help them do this work perfectly, because we may need to rehabilitate these bridges that have been destroyed away. How are we going to rehabilitate these bridges? Of course, as the locals, we can provide trees, timber, to ensure that we close the gap, the broken bridges. But then we need materials to fix these bridges. And this is why we come to you to request for your support. If you can help us, then you'll have helped the world, you'll have helped the planet. Can you imagine that if we are being helped as Ugandans, as young people, I believe that I can make a lot of tremendous work, because I believe that every Ugandan is incapable of changing this world. Every Ugandan, if is respected and if is connected to, will be highly incapable of doing billions of tremendous work. And therefore, we believe in ourselves as young people, and we're requesting for your support. We are requesting for your ideas. We are requesting for your resources. That please empower us, and we shall make a tremendous work, because it must be supported with you. Tell a friend about this message.
We have here Loris. He's going to tell us how the floods. Yeah, you're going to tell us how the floods have affected you.
Man, well, my neighbors, because I'm living around 2 kilometers away from the river, but if I'd prepared enough, the floods would have not affected us. But all I can say, please subscribe.
Okay. One last question,
Yes,
which
please.
goes to all of you guys
All right.
who are watching us right now. It's just that how should we put an end to the floods, and also put an end, or not putting an end, because we don't know how the things how we are going to stop it from raining. We are not like people who are going to stop it from raining. We just only want to know how you guys are going to help us end the floods. The thing is, I'm going to only ask you how we should end the floods, and also save people's lives which have been destroyed. And also, you can also help us in those are my last words. You're going to also help us in the control of. You're going to also help us the control of the spread of COVID-19. You guys should space yourselves, and you should also wash your hands using sanitizers. That's my advice.
Oh, thank you so much. You see, this is not that to be well thought about, to ensure that we stop these continuous emerging floods. It has to be strategically well thought about. The government tomorrow is going to take about a good period of time,
2 months.
because it's not going to take this flood.
Those guys.
And then vector card in the river flows. So now we need the river flows. According to me, our flows. People have to be going to be relocated, because shall not say these people were very stupid to build houses in a river flow area. It's not. We could also blame them on that side. But they are Ugandans. Ugandans will understand us together, collaborate with one another, and relocate that the area to do their gardens. But the challenge they will be wise that these people try to build the spear classes, and also the reeds called stream. Also, people who are buying land, method of trying to gazette river bank solution that I'm trying to bring forward as an individual. Do you have anything to say, Madam Sophie?
Let's all work together to stop the floods, and to control the floods, and to control the spread of COVID-19. Let's work together. Let's put our hands together so we can control the floods and control the spread of COVID-19.
Please guys, subscribe. Would like to review here. I've been in Singoma. I'm a former student at Makerere University of Business. As a consulting involvement towards creating a smart community. And guys, please subscribe. We shall be bringing in more bulletin in.
Please comment about the video.
You can also comment about us. Again, this is serious. People are dying in kasese. People are dying in Uganda. But we appeal for your support. You can share this video if you cannot support. You can put us at the back of your heart if you cannot support us. You can tell a friend if yourself you don't have the capacity. That's what I can say. Thanks for watching us. We have been the young people's mind towards ending the continuous problems that Uganda continues to face, such as the floods, such as the COVID-19, because it's becoming so devastating. Thank you so much. Thank you for viewing us. We'd like to wish you a great and a lovely weekend.
Top test. Okay, now we can start the live video.
Cinnamon drink.